Bloody hell, you were before me, Bluebirds TV. I think this is the earliest you've been in, isn't it, mate? Yeah, so, it says we got one person in, so Bluebirds, I think you're the first and only person in so far, mate. How's it going? You all good? Cardiff's last minute winner. Bet that made you happy. Certainly Newport County last minute, not a last minute winner, sorry mate, a last minute equaliser. Would have gone for a last minute equaliser for County, mind you, obviously. So, we got Scabs is in, Lewis is in, Oliver Davis is in, Georgie's in. This is early for you as well, Georgie. This is good, this is good. Edward Ridley, is that Ridley? Yeah. Jay Northall, yeah, all good mate, thank you. Everybody piling in at once, this is how we like it. Favourite part of a Monday, are you flattering me, Lewis? Happy days. Squizzle's back, hey, how's it going mate? Aiden, is that your real name then, is it? Right then, so, how is everybody then? Kevin Ellison, of course, yeah. Well, the guy's a thorn in our side. I can't wait for him to retire, to be honest with you. Yeah, so, why was Lamar not fully fit? I don't know, mate. I think he's been out injured at the moment. Shout out Louise Ridley, please, mate. Louise Ridley. There you go. When is the new episode of Russian Newport County coming out? The new episode, oh, yeah. I tell you what, just because you asked, how about I put the next episode out tonight? I am about 6 episodes in front. I've already recorded 9 episodes of Aston Villa, and I've got 8 episodes of Newport County Russian Takeover, so I'll put one out tonight just for you, mate. Right, so there we go. Let's catch up on this. So that was Georgie. Happy days, mate. Exeter City's champions ought to go up automatic promotion. I agree with that 100% at the moment, because this time last year you were hot favourites for relegation, weren't you? So you know how things can change in League Two, but at the moment you're doing fantastically. Needs to start Lamar instead of Rigg. I think he just needs to start Lamar, or at least try to get him, running at people when they're tired. So if he's bringing him off the bench, get him the ball, get it put into space, and let him chase it down. Let him chase down the lost causes. So Exeter are the best team in League Two, hands down at the moment. Yep, I agree with that. Rob Parsons, morning. What time is it? 10 a.m, 10 p.m. Knots are going up. Yeah, you're looking good, Knots County. I gotta be fair. Happy days. Good for you, Georgie. Scabs, I was literally right behind Stav when he had a go for an. Do you want to know what he said? I don't know what words he used. All I know is that the words weren't very nice. So I'd like it if you could enlighten us all, please, Scabs, if you wouldn't mind. Bad performance on Saturday. At least you got the draw though, mate, and it was against Wednesday, wasn't it? Was it Sheffield Wednesday you played at home? I think it was, wasn't it? So, Aiden was in Devon Saturday, nearly watched the Crew game. I should have gone in and watched it, mate. Exeter are playing some pretty good stuff at the moment. It would have been entertaining. Caitlin Bennett, hello. Right. Reece Jones, opinion on Toe. Do you reckon he could go to a better team? Toe, yeah. Tom Owen Evans, of course, I know what you mean. Could he go to a better team? If his performances improve, then yeah, I'd say so. He's still quite young. He's progressing well. He's good on the ball. I think there's a lot he needs to add to his game before he makes that jump. I think he'd be better off sticking with League Two for now. Get some more experience under his belt, and who knows, the future could be bright for Toe. Georgie Harbs. Which betting site do you use? That's if you do bet. Yeah, I do like a little flutter every now and again, mate. But I prefer going in the bookies and doing it because I got a limit. When I go in the bookies, I'll limit myself, and then that's it. Once you've done your bets, you've done your bets. You can't do any more. Go on a betting site, you can just keep throwing money into it. Oh shit, I just lost a tenner. Alright, I'm going to throw another tenner in and try and win it back. And then all of a sudden you're down 20 quid. I better throw another 20 quid in to try and win my 20 quid back. And all of a sudden you could be down about 50 quid in a day quite easily. So I try not to use betting sites, but when I do feel like I need to have a go, then Sky Bet is the one for me, or Bet365. Tom Evans, do you think we'll win Saturday? We're playing Grimsby at home. I think we should do. Favourite Brian Clough quote? Oh, that's a good one, that is. There's quite a few good things that he said. Oh, God. I'll get back to you on that one, Edward. I'm trying to remember, the exact words that he used in certain times. I do like how he referred to Leeds as not great champions, a bloody bunch of cheats and stuff like that. I did like it when the fact that he actually said that to them. Brian Clough was some character, wasn't he? Top manager as well. Are you going to Luton away and FGR away? I believe yes. I should be. I think they're both on Saturdays, so yes. Right, Stav. That was effing shit. Flinny said, yeah, I know it was. And Stav said, why is Nooble on the fucking wing? Well, I'll tell you something, right? Considering what Michael Flynn has done for this football club, been part of the playing team that got the team promoted, been part of the playing team that's kept the team in the Football League for a couple of years, and then stuck by the club as a coach, as a business commercial representative, and then obviously as manager. He's stuck by this club, and he's done an awful lot for this club. And there's one thing to have an opinion, but when you're effing and blinding, and then you're referring to the manager that kept our club in the Football League the way that he did, a daft C word, I'm not going to say it on you. When you're gonna call someone that kind of thing, that's absolutely out of order. I'm sorry, absolutely out of order. I mean, there's no need to go like that over one bad result, one bad performance, and all of a sudden, Stav's making a name for himself again. No, don't agree with it at all. Rob Parsons' toe did not play well Saturday. I've heard that. I mean, I wasn't at the game myself. Bit low on the old dollar at the moment, but that should change now that I got my job, and I will be getting a bit of a pay rise. Happy days. So it shouldn't be a problem in the future. But no, I did miss the game, so I'm picking up what everybody else has said. Then they both told each other to F off. Yeah, I believe Pigeon told him to F off as well, then didn't he? And then Flinny told Pigeon to F off as well. So who's Stav? Stav is apparently the person that got Graham Wesley out of the club. Well, actually, Graham Wesley's team's performance against Leyton Orient is what got him out of the club. I believe he played. He was in charge for a few games after Stav's having a go at him. But the thing is, I backed Stav when he had a go at him, because at that point I was sick of the Wesley bullshit. So I'd had enough by then. So Greg, how's it going, mate? Chris, good to see you, mate. I think there's been an overreaction to this defeat. I'd like to see Flinny say a bit less to the press, perhaps a bit more behind closed doors. In Flynn we trust. Absolutely in Flynn we trust, yeah, 100%. I mean, the guy won 7 games in our last 12 when we were dead and buried to keep us in the Football League. And now we've started and we're in the top half, which everyone would have taken. And I just can't understand for the life of me. I mean, at the end of the day, right, the paying customer should get to express an opinion. That's a right. I believe in that, and I would fight to protect that right. But when you want to have, that kind of abuse thrown at someone like Michael Flynn, just because of one game, I don't get it. I don't get why it had to happen in front of all those people as well, and in front of Flinny's players, completely undermine the manager. At the end of the day, being a manager is a very difficult job under any sort of circumstance, and what you need is that control. Not so much control over people, but you need to keep that discipline within that team. You need the players to look up at you and respect you. Now, if some drunkard in the crowd decides to start effing and blinding at you and make you look like a twat, then you're going to lose a bit of that respect. People can look at you and think, oh, is he going to really just stand there and take that from him? Maybe I could start doing that. I might be talking complete and utter load of bollocks, but I just don't see why in front of fans, in front of everybody, he had to go and pick an argument with him and then F and blind at him. Why couldn't he just said, Flinny, that was bad today, mate. Why you play Nooble on the wing? I think he's better in the centre. You got your point across without making yourself look like a complete and utter dickhead. So there we go. There's that. So I've got a lot to catch up on. I do apologise. In Flynn we trust. Yep. Picked up some old Newport County programmes from the Maidenhead United store. Oh, really? Maidenhead would have been back in the Connie South days, so I'd imagine there'd be quite a few there, yeah. I know it's only early, but personally I'm loving FGR struggling. I think the chairman is too much of a pussy to sack Cooper, though. I don't think FGR's manager is going to be up for the sack, although the daft hippie thinks that they were going to get promoted and everything like that. Oh, because there's 4 promotion places, it means we got to be able to get up. That's all right, mate. There's only 23 other teams pushing for those 4 places, so you're all right. I mean, Jesus, so some of the crap that comes out of his mouth. Edward Ridley. I wouldn't say I'm the best manager in the business, but I'm in the top 1. There we go. I love that. That's a bloody good one, that one is. I do like that. Flinney was on his way to clap supporters when staff had a go at him. I have heard Flinney have said that if it happens again, he will go straight down the tunnel. So, in other words, Flinney won't come over to clap the support because of one person acting like a tosser. Stav's a good bloke. I like Stav. He's a really nice bloke. But this is just disappointing. If we lost 10-0 to Morg, I would understand. Yeah, I would understand that as well. But we lost 2-1 in a game where we just didn't turn up, and that just happens. That's football, unfortunately. Did you search up Davo? I've done a bit of research on the guy. Yeah, Birmingham City guy. Yeah, I haven't actually got around to watching any of his videos yet. I was quite busy doing quite a lot of videos this week. I had a bit of time off work, so I made the most of it by recording some of the gaming episodes, and of course the 2 compilations. I'm not sure if any of you guys caught them. That's obviously you got the 15 worst football kits ever released, and then obviously the 15 worst haircuts in football as well. So if you haven't seen them, you should check them out. Got a lot of good feedback on them. Yeah, Flynn is passionate. He speaks his mind. He wants the best for everyone, and people like Stav. I know that he wants the best for everyone, but I think with Stav, something I've noticed in him lately, he's not afraid to just go out there and speak his mind, and he doesn't care if people like him or not. Which, I suppose that's a good thing, really. But I just think it's the wrong time and the place, and I don't think he needed to abuse Flinney so badly. If he wanted to get his point across, fair enough. But no, I don't think it was needed. Thoughts on Chesterfield? Port Vale's managerial sackings. Heard Justin Edinburgh's off the Vale. I had a feeling Edinburgh would end up in League 2 this season against a team that we've got to play twice as well. Still, an emotional return for Edinburgh back to Rodney Parade maybe. We'll see. Scabs, do you think Wesley will ever get a job in the Football League again? I sincerely hope not, because I wouldn't wish that kind of crap on another club, even if I hate them. Absolutely. Except maybe the Man United job. He could take the Man United job. But then, can he hate twat Jose Mourinho? I think he'd give him a good run for his money, even though Jose Mourinho is a giant twat. Rhys Jones, is the incident with Flynn anything related to the guy who shouted from the Hazel seats the last Saturday home game? I believe Stav is part of the 100 Club, so he would have been in the Bisley right at the end near the away fans, so it wouldn't be the guy from the Hazel seats. I wouldn't have thought so at all. That's Rhys Jones. Lewis, wouldn't even want Wesley managing my Sunday League team. Well, yeah, he could manage my Sunday League team, and then after the game, when we go for a pint, I could piss in his beer then, couldn't I? That could be something. Georgie Habs, can you think of anything good about Wesley? Let me get back to you on that. I wouldn't have thought so, mate, no. Rob Parsons, we are 9th in the league, lost 2 games, well pleased with the position we're in, and good football. I hope Saturday was a blip. It will be. Every team has an off day. Every team has a bad patch. Even if we go on a little bit of a bad run now, I'm not going to start panicking just yet. Right. Can you give us a little hint and tell us if Tony Mowbray spends some money in the next episode of Russian? I'm not much of a spoiler, mate, to be honest with you. But all I'll say is sometimes it takes a few appointments to get the right man. That's all I'll say. The Bluebirds TV, like the 15 worst kits, awesome. UMB, all right, Chris. How many do you think will be there on Saturday? Hoping the attendance doesn't drop. I'm saying 3,500 to 4,000. I think Grimsby would bring quite a lot of people with them. They usually travel well. You should do the 15 best kits in the future. Yeah, it's a good point, mate. I should be doing this sort of compilation on something a little bit more positive. Although there's loads of compilations on this channel. If you look on the playlists for the channel, we've got compilations. We've got 3 different versions of Funny Football Chants. We've also got 2 episodes of Fans in the Concourse. We got the best chants outside of the Premier League. We got the best fans in the world. We got a good mixture of compilations in there. So check some of them out, mate. Rob Parsons, they was fighting after the game as well. I heard the feral youth of Morecambe decided to get involved and try and penetrate the bus. But when a few fully grown men came off, they went running apparently. But I don't know, I wasn't there, I can't really say much. Scabs, yeah, after the Morecambe game, there were some Morecambe fans waiting by the gate for a scrap. Shite youth, yeah. Pretty much, yeah. I mean, everyone's got these young lads who think they're solid, and you know they run around with their pyro, they run around in their Burberry and all that, and their jacket caps and stuff like that, and think they're something. But the moment a fully grown bloke grabs them and beats them up, you know they're going to realise then this just weren't worth it, or at the very least they end up doing something daft, getting collared by the police, getting thrown in the jail, getting 3-year ban, and then they think to themselves, was it worth it? Absolutely not. So the answer is no, it's just not worth it. It's not worth it. Just go there and support your team. Yeah, be intimidating, have a banter, but just go there, support the team, go home, no cuts or bruises, and no arrests. There we go. Atmosphere much better on a Tuesday night. Yeah, absolutely. The atmosphere is getting better, and I think our group, the Amber Army, have been a little bit, off the first couple of games, but I think we stepped it up, and people joined in, which is great, absolutely great. Georgie, Lincoln bringing 4,500 to us on Saturday. Should be about 14. Oh, well, yeah, that'd be great, that will, wouldn't it? And Lincoln's just up the road, isn't it? So yeah, that's why so many people go. You always get a bigger crowd when it's a closer game. The thing with Lincoln, I was reading something on them, and their fans, I mean, they've like, their fans have increased by like 1,000% on what? I'm talking out my arse. It's not 1,000%. I think they've increased their support from about 1,500 to 2,000 in the conference. They're now getting a home support for about 8,000. They've absolutely smashing their support, and yeah, they're travelling away, and that's 4,500 tickets that you've sold, and you've made yourself a small fortune off the back of them as well. So that's great. I hope they bring that many down to us. Rhys Jones, I think Wesley is better at improving the club. He did bring in a better sports science and player tracking at training and games, not trying to back his management skills anyway, though. No, I mean, he had ideas. He had ideas that sounded like they made sense, but Lenny Lawrence said it in an interview after the Great Escape happened. Basically, to manage a small club, you got to care about them. I honestly don't think Wesley cared about our club. He cared about himself and his future. We were going to be a stepping stone, but in fact, he stepped on this stone and fell right through, and now he's drowning because I don't think he's going to get another job again. Cluffy, the River Trent is lovely. I should know. I've walked on it for over 18 years. Yeah, good one. I can't remember word for word some of his stuff, but I just loved the rant he had on his first day as Leeds manager. I mean, that was absolutely great to go and tell a bunch of cheating players that they're a bunch of cheats. The truth hurts sometimes, doesn't it? But I do like Leeds these days, though. I think they're going to get back in the Premier League. Morecambe support was poor. I thought, apparently, yeah, there was about 1,000 Morecambe fans. It's poor. It is poor, really, really poor. Not Football League support, but they stay in the division every year. The same Accrington are pushing for promotion again. I mean, it's absolutely mind-boggling how someone with such little support can afford to put together such a competitive team. It's bewildering. So, Scabs, hypothetically, if Wesley somehow managed to get a job in League Two, how badly do you think he'd get abused at Ronnie Parade? I think he would get abused more. Who got abused badly? I remember Yate Town, their manager, got a hot cup of tea thrown over him. I think Gareth Ainsworth gets it pretty hard every time he comes to Roddy Parade. I think the Morecambe management get it bad. I think Wesley would be tenfold worse than anyone else has ever been here before. Wesley would get it really, really bad. You can tell Aiden, you can tell Flynn was determined that you were staying up. Yeah, if anyone was going to do it, it was going to be him. He is Mr. Newport County at the end of the day. He is Newport through and through. He's county through and through. I mean, that's what made the Great Escape that much more special. Is that we'd had managers who didn't care about our club. They cared about their futures, and they did a piss poor job because they didn't care. They had their own ideas. They didn't care if they were going to let us down. That they were experimenting themselves, and it all went to rat shit for them because they didn't give a shit about Newport County. Someone like Michael Flynn comes in and he's going to do what's right by the club and put himself second. And that's exactly what a fans-owned club should have. I mean, you look at Wickham, Gareth Ainsworth, a former player, cares about the club. Paul Tidsdale, Exeter, cares about the club. Neil Ardley, AFC Wimbledon, former player again, cares about the club. So Michael Flynn, former Newport County player from Newport, born and bred Newport, came through the Newport youth system, obviously absolutely cares about the club. So there we go. Right, Anon He Mouse. Alright, okay, I'm just going to call you Anon then, okay? Anon, is the new half-time draw on track to bring in more money over a season than a 50-50? Yes, so far so good. It is, yes, 100%. Do you have an away game in London? Barnet will be playing. We've already played Stevenage. We're Orient are out the division now. Dagenham are out the division. I don't think there's many in London now. No. I mean, most of the London teams are gone. Barnet though, definitely Barnet. Thought Wesley was going to Torquay United. That's gone quiet. Well, Torquay United, that would seal their fate. I would put, if Wesley took over Torquay United, I'd put a lot of money on them to go down. Wesley has only been popular in places where he has money to spend, resources to drain. Stevenage, money to spend, resources to drain. Fair play. If you got the money, you can get the teams promoted. He can milk the club of money and get all the bits and pieces that he wants. And he goes to Torquay with no money and a crap team. He's not going to do any good. It's like with us, no money and not so much a crap team because we had some good players there. But Wesley will not succeed at someone like Torquay. If he took the Torquay job now, I'm going to put money on them to go down. Right, Aiden, had my picture taken with Ainsworth, random friendly game. I haven't. All right, okay. Seems a nice guy, Gareth Ainsworth, fair play. I mean, we done it all. We called him a tranny and everything like that. But the latest chant was, "You're a shit Jimmy Bullard," and he seemed to really like it. He had a good laugh and clapped us, so fair play to him. Can take the banter. I like it when they can take it. They're always quick to give it. But then when we give it back, or when we give it in the first place, sometimes they turn around and they just start giving you dirty looks or act like you're scum or something. Keith Curl did that to us once. Bit of a prick he is, that bloke. Right, Swindon nearby, I guess. Yeah, Swindon is only an hour away for us, so I'd imagine we're going to take a big crowd there. Rob Parsons, if Flinny left, who would you want to take over? Would you have Edinburgh back? I wouldn't have Edinburgh back, no, because he's gone on and done poorly. It's like Dean Oldsworth when there was talk of Dean Oldsworth. Basically, he wanted to come back. Even though he done well with us, he done crap after. So, not interested. I think the same would have to go for Edinburgh. I think that ship has sailed, to be honest with you, mate. Met Derek Adams in services Saturday. I want to throw my tea at him. Did you actually speak to the guy? He seems the kind that would probably be all right to talk to. But actually, no. The way his all mannerisms and everything were. But when we played against them, he looks like the kind that would throw his, turn his nose up at you. But Peplo did. Did he say anything about him? Is Peplo on you? What Mark does is what Mark does on you. If he's not to worry. But if he is, what was Derek Adams like? I can't imagine the guy being a good bloke. Really can't, no. I mean, I'll always have time for a Scottish guy, and he's Scottish, so I'd always give him the time of day to have a chat and everything like that, of course, but, it just doesn't come across as a particularly nice guy. I mean, bloody hell, I'm rambling on you. Oh, they had a selfie. Lewis is back. Where'd you go, mate? I say I'm rambling on you, but I'm still catching up really quick tonight, and or maybe it's because there's not as many on. I mean, they're saying there's only 8 people in tonight. Yes, pretty poor. We usually got around about 15 to 20, so well, it's easier for me to keep up with everything. Right, okay. Questions about anything now. Any sort of opinions on the whole high foot stuff and the Mane sending off and the non-sendings off following, which were basically the same thing. Yeovil fans were thanked for Dolan. Yeah, Dolan's a good player. I'm really glad we signed him. Absolutely cracking player. So yeah, so we're talking about the red card that got dished out to Mane, but every single thing since has been a yellow card or less. Well, David Luiz red card, naughty challenge, definitely deserved that red card, 100%. Barca paid 97 million for Dembele, he's injured for 4 months. Sod's law for you, isn't it? The more you pay for a player, the more likely he's going to be out on a long injury. Why does Stav tell every manager to F off? I don't know, you have to ask Stav. I mean, Stav was actually on this once, and that was about 5 or 6 weeks ago, I think. Stav actually came on here and tried trolling me a little bit, but then no, it just had a good bit of banter. Stav's very passionate about Newport County. That's one thing I know. I always remember back in the conference days, whenever I went to an away game, Stav was always there. Whenever I didn't go to an away game, Stav would have more than likely been there. Stav absolutely loves this club to bits and gets passionate, but I think he gets a bit too over passionate sometimes. Wesley, it was called for. Saturday, Flinney, totally uncalled for. Like I say, I'll always back Stav. You know, I've always got on really well with Stav, but I just can't understand. I wish he was on tonight so we could try and make me understand why he felt Flinney deserved that. It'd be nice to know. Aiden, Mane went for the ball, no bad intention, only had eyes for the ball. The thing with Mane, he actually kicked the keeper in the face, and that is the only reason he got sent off and all the others got booked, because it didn't result in injury. Now, the letter of the law doesn't say anything about only if they injure a player. Right, do you think players should celebrate against their old teams like Lukaku? I think they should have a free rein to do whatever they want, but they shouldn't complain if people react badly to it. I'd say that much. He has a lot of alcohol as well as passion. Well, yeah, he does go on one of the booze buses. I used to go on that booze bus. I mean, yeah, but when you got a bit of alcohol, you get that bit of extra courage, and a bit of stupidity as well comes in with the alcohol. And, you know, you're more likely to do that sort of thing with a drink in you. Stav, mind you, I mean, like I say, he can just let his passion get the better of him sometimes. And like I say, I don't understand Saturday. So I wish he was on here so he could make me understand it. Is Marlon Jackson still at Newport? Yes, he's injured at the moment, I believe. I'd like to see him push for a place, because he can be a handful, Marlon Jackson. Like I've always said about him, backed by the last 3 Newport County managers have backed him. So there's got to be something about him that we haven't seen yet. So I'm looking forward to seeing it if it's there. Alright, Morecambe fans trying to start fights with what, sorry? Oh, well, yeah, Morecambe fans were trying to start fights, but once fully grown men got off the bus to go and hit them, oh, there you go, our fans, yeah. Yeah, so once the big blokes got off the bus, they ran like little chickens, like, you know, so cheerio. I think Stav regrets it. He was really pissed. I don't think he regrets it, because the next day he actually posted sober to basically say, I'm missing that there. Yeah, basically he posted on there saying, I pay my money, I'm entitled to my opinion. So I don't think he regrets it, to be honest with you. I mean, if he was really pissed, then that's probably one of the reasons why he did it. But no, I think I'd just like to know why he felt Flinney deserved that, that's all. Morecambe have fans, well, apparently so, yeah. Cliffy, they say Rome wasn't built in a day, but I wasn't working on that particular job. Yeah, that's a good one, mate. I remember that one, that is a good one. Aiden, numerous times last season, players have celebrated in front of and taunted the home fans, Vardy, Deeney and Sturridge. There's one thing to celebrate in front of home fans, I mean, especially if they've been abusing you, because you tend to find the more popular players get the most abuse when they're playing away. So yeah, celebrating in front of the fans is just a way of sticking it back to them. Now, we should be able to take that as banter, really. But, 2 seconds, guys. Right, so when you're playing against a team you used to play for, if you had a bad time at that team, I can understand, stick it to them. If you had a good time with that team and you achieved things with them, and you had a good sort of rapport with the fans, then, I don't understand why you would celebrate in front of them. It is disrespectful, but like I say, everyone's got a free rein to do what they want, so we can't really dictate to anybody what they can and can't do. It was a fight, although I think we started it. Apparently they approached our bus, so I think they were the ones who started it. Woolly Bully. Harry Jarvis, do you ever think Flynn will move on from Newport? Maybe one day. If he keeps achieving with us and the right job comes along, I can't see why he would turn it down. But if he's taking us places and he feels as though he's got work to do, further work, and he can keep taking us forward, he might fancy staying. We'll have to wait and see. I hope the day doesn't come, though. They scrapped 1,000. Was that? They scrapped 1,000 and the announcer said, fantastic support as always. They scraped 1,000. Right, so you're obviously talking about their attendance. Sorry, mate. So they scraped 1,000 fans and the announcer said, fantastic support as always. No, that's not fantastic support. Fantastic support for the 1,000 that was there. But I think they need to have serious words with the locals in Morecambe. Rob Parsons, Stav had an argument with Glyn off the support scores and Stav said, my money is as good as yours, so I have a right to have a go at the manager, whoever it is. Yeah, he's got the right to, but then everyone else has got the right to tell him that they think he's wrong. I mean, it always works both ways. He's got the right to have a go at the manager. The other fans have got the right to call him a tosser for it. As simple as that. You got to take the rough with the smooth, unfortunately. To be honest, Vardy's getting stick the same as Dean Easter. He's just wanting to transfer rumours to West Ham. Yeah, well, there you go. That's it. If you're going to get stick off fans, you're going to give it back when you get the opportunity to. And when you score a goal against them, that's just the perfect way to do it, isn't it? Just teens on their bikes against fully grown men. Yeah, that's basically what it was, wasn't it? Just little boys trying to think, little boys trying to act big, and if one of those blokes had caught them and hit them, then it would have been good night Irene, wouldn't it? Basically. Guys, this one's going a bit slow tonight, wouldn't you agree? What I'm going to say is anybody who's got anything else that they want to ask. We got something from Lewis. John Akinde has been quiet this season. I've noticed that, yeah. Although Barnet have been bloody good, haven't they? That's so strange, right? How he's not the centre of that. I mean, is it that Coulthurst who they've got playing for them and Pro? I'm not sure if Akinde's even playing, is he? Or are they playing a front three? I don't know. But anyway, moving on. Rob Parsons. I don't think the fans who started Saturday were even in the ground. Well, you might get that, people who don't watch the football but turn up because they think they're big and want to go and have a fight. That'll happen. But yeah, like Woking fans then. Right, Woking fans. Are we talking about poor support, Eden, or fans who think they're hard? Hello, Jack Boy. How's it going, mate? Oh, you're quite late, didn't you? Quite late. Tarby got injured. Who's Tarby? I'm not sure who that is. Maybe Barnet haven't had any penalties. Yeah. That's Akinde's goals. How many of them last season were penalties, man? John Akinde was out all season. Apparently he was on the attack and pulled the hamstring, so I think he'll be out again. Right, okay. It's a shame to see such a player injured, and not playing. But as long as he doesn't get to play against us, I don't mind. Didn't see Lamar on that Jamie Vardy show. Apparently there's a few instalments of that show, and he's on one of them. But maybe you might have caught the one that he wasn't on, maybe. Yeah, I think they're hard, yeah. I mean, you've got fans all over the country who think they're hard, but then when they catch one off a proper bloke, then, they're nothing. They're absolutely nothing. Yeah, you're late. No worries, mate. Better late than never. But I think we're going to wrap it up a little bit earlier this week. It's not quite as busy. Everyone's asked a lot of questions so far. So, Yeah, we'll give it another 5 minutes, shall we? Prediction for Saturday against Grimsby. Grimsby are quite up and down, so it depends on how we play. If we put in a performance, we'll win 2-0. If we don't, I can see it being a 1-1. I don't think we'll lose. Rob Pass says, Wilmot not playing, is he injured? Yeah, I like Wilmot as well, Lewis. I don't know what's going on with Wilmot. Has he even been on the bench? I don't know. He must have picked up a knock or something like that. We have got a couple of players out injury at the moment. He was on the bench. I think, like I've said before, I think Flynn picks the team for the game on how he thinks he's going to counteract their threats and provide threats against them as well. So I think he was looking, maybe Pipe was the one who was better suited, and Pipe played really well against Cheltenham and against Wickham, so maybe he just wanted to keep him in the team. But I can see Wilmot getting a game on Saturday now, though. I think there's going to be a few changes. Like Lewis bringing up Labardi, I hope he's back. Aidan, would you like a non-league FA Cup tie? Yeah. I want to play a non-league team, and I want to play 2 of them at home in the first and second round, get into the third round and draw Man United away. That's what I want. Lamar looked tasty Saturday. I've heard that he ran them, he ran them ragged apparently, but there's not a great deal of end product at the moment with Lamar Reynolds. I mean, he's capable of getting into the box. He's capable of scoring goals because he scored them at Brentwood. He can find the net, but it's just about having that bit of extra confidence, I think. It'll come to him though, I'm sure it will. Right, we need O'Brien and Labardi back for Saturday. Yeah, definitely. O'Brien he just takes our defence to a whole new level. And who's the other one then as well? Yeah, Labardi. Labardi runs our midfield basically. Day was awesome. Yep. Happy days. Yeah, pun intended. Day's always good though. Day's always a cracking goalkeeper. His distribution can be a bit lacklustre. His command of his area can be poor at times, but I find he's a confidence player. And his confidence is bigger when he's got more people playing well in defence. We've got a better defence. His confidence is higher. He plays better. Lamar tried to take too many on. You get that. Players who are good at running, they take on a couple. And I've done it when I was in football. Once you take on a couple of players, you think, I'm going through the frigging lot of them. I want to take all 11 on. I want to take on all 11 and I want to score a bicey at the end of it, But when you hit that all confidence high, no one can stop you until you try to do too much and they do stop you. Yes, Miss Lab's bad, yeah, big time. Dimitri was no problem finding the net from the back. Yeah, absolutely. We do need to get him just outside the area a little bit more often, don't we? Like when we go up for the corner, don't put Dimitri in the centre. Put him just outside the box or just a few yards outside the box to pick up any sort of clearance so he can whack it. Utilise people to their strengths. That's one of the first things a manager should look is to utilise his players completely to their strengths. Dimitri, we know, can hit them from outside the area, get him outside the area on a corner, just in case the ball's cleared. We've got big enough people in the centre as it is anyway. Needs to learn to kick, Day does. Day, how can I say? Rob Santos is in, happy days. We'll have some fun there, guys. Right, where are we? Day needs to... His kicking's getting better. I know that much. It's getting better and better. And hopefully he'll be alright. Woody Buddy, Riggs works so hard but gives the ball away and makes so many mistakes. I think Rigg is a workhorse. Rigg can create things and Rigg can dribble. So it's always worth having him on. He's one of those that can just make something happen out of nothing. So it's always worth having him on. But yeah, he is quite mistake prone. Didn't get too... Well, Rob, obviously we didn't get any retweets. We didn't get as many retweets as we said. But at the end of the day, that's down to the fact that no one else wants you on the drum, mate, because you're shit. No, that couldn't be further from the truth. You're a great drummer. We'd have you back in a heartbeat, you know that. Who cuts your hair? I go to size, I do, mate. But I haven't done the do. I don't feel like I need to show myself off. I don't get many female viewers, so I don't feel the need to put the do on. Opinion on Amond. I think Amond is potentially a very good poacher type striker for us. He proved that with his goal against against Cheltenham. So worth having, but I think he needs an upfront partner. He isn't a sole striker. He needs somebody to play off of. And Newell is perfect. So I hope he plays in the centre of centre forward role. 500 retweets, yeah. And you only got 69 because there's not 500 people out there that think it's worth having you back on the drum, mate. That's what I said. I'm on, so disappointing, but not his fault Saturday. No, not his fault Saturday. Absolutely not. No way. But it was the entire team, I believe. It was the entire team. Right. Looks like somebody put a ball on Taff's head. I've never had good hair anyway. I don't care though. Not bothered. Note taken, don't go there. Yep, agree. 1-1 for Saturday's match. You're right, Cluffy was a complete one-off. Cheers for another good night, Chris. Cheers from the Amber Army. Swindon branch. Happy days, mate. 69. I agree with you, Rob Santos. 69 is a great number. Said from the carpet man himself. Not looking forward to West Ham versus Bolton. Wasted £10. West Ham versus Bolton. No, you never know. Bolton might turn up, make a bit of a game of it. You never know, mate. Wait and see. They're a bit of a wounded animal at the moment, so you never know when they're going to show their teeth, you know. I retweeted Rob. Ellis is good, but Peplo, So I take it Mark ain't in tonight then. So, yeah, his drumming's poor at the moment, but he'll get there if he keeps trying. But I think Ellis's mate Tom is trying to give it a good go, and Ellis is doing well himself anyway. But he could do with Rob Taylor being around to guide him in the right way. Rob Santos for president. So, Donald Trump or Rob Santos, which one's the bigger crackpot? Well, Donald Trump doesn't offer free gripper, so I think that's one vote for Rob Santos, I think. Amber Army for life. Good man, Jack boy, good man. So, yeah, 41 minutes. What do you reckon, guys? Let me call it a night now. Yeah, it ain't as busy tonight. Got a nice little community going here, haven't we? It's all going well at the moment. But I say we've had a quiet one tonight. Say we can call it, yeah. But I really appreciate stay live until 11. Oh, well, I'd like to be honest with you, but I'm getting a bit tired now. Back in work, back up early in the morning, so I'm gonna go and I'm gonna drop myself into my chariot now, guys. Yep, Jack, we'll see you on the next video. You certainly will, mate. What's with the drum? Well, Rob Taylor used to be the drummer. He decided to quit, and then we got some two new young lads who aren't as good as Rob, but you know they're gonna get there one day. But we would have Rob back in a heartbeat. Rob Santos, night all. Good night, Rob. Thanks for getting involved, mate. Buddy, he needs a tutor for the drums. Yeah, and Rob Taylor's the perfect candidate for that, isn't he? Good night, Aidan. Sweet Chariot. No, well. Missing Game of Thrones yet? Yes. And I'm peed off that we've got to wait so long for the next series to come out. We've got to wait for George R.R. Martin to stop touching himself and actually start writing some books so we can actually watch the rest of it. Okay, good stream today. Thank you, Lewis. Cheers, guys. Cheers, all of you. I really appreciate you all keeping involved in this. So, thank you very much. Shove your chariot up your ass. Well done, Rob. Someone had to say it, didn't they? At least I didn't have to. We do have some English people in your minds. So we won't want to offend anybody. You know how touchy people can be these days. Sideways, yeah. There we go. I'll let you guys have your own little chariot bashing. But, yeah. Thanks all for getting involved tonight. For those of you who haven't picked up any of the gaming series, get on them. There's a lot of people who are fans of it. It's definitely worth a watch. And the two compilations I did recently, obviously the 15 worst kits and the 15 worst haircuts, might bring a laugh out. I know at the moment I'm not sure if you've seen the American Cringe compilations, but there's a lot of butthurt Americans on there. You want to check those comments out. Absolutely great it is. James, better late than never, but you just caught us right at the end, mate. So if you want to ask one question, I'll give you one question before I call time on this one. Alright, so we've got the anti-English stuff coming out now. Happy days. Always nice when I instigate this sort of thing. So James, if you want to ask one question before I call it, crack on. I'll wait another 30 seconds for you. Been beefing with Yanks all week, yeah. It is quite funny how they get so butthurt and it's just a joke. You know, just take the joke. I take the piss out of everybody. You know, I did a special compilation for them. You know, I've given them all that attention, and you know they're abusing me for it. Yeah, obviously, I know Rob came in about the hair. Yeah, I get abused for the hair quite a lot on that. What was it? I got, my head was called Mallet. Worst Kits was a great video. Cheers, mate. Did you see the worst haircuts? If you haven't seen that yet, it's pretty much the same kind of thing, just the 15 worst haircuts instead. Right, okay, James's question. What result do you think will be the best in the Premier League this week? Or what result do I think was the best in the Premier League this week? Good question. Man City winning 6-0. Winning any Premier League game 6-0 is brilliant. Burnley getting the draw at Anfield was great. Obviously, United beating Everton 4-0. Man United winning 4-0 at Old Trafford all the time. They're having a good season already so far. And no, everything else was pretty much as you'd expect. I'd say Man City would have to get that, though, to be honest with you. West Ham keeping West Ham keeping a clean sheet. I think anybody keeping a clean sheet against Crystal Palace at the moment can't deserve any credit. 5 games without a win and without a goal. 5 games lost. That's absolutely appalling, isn't it? Anyway, guys, that's time now. We've actually stretched this out to the usual time that we do this. So, happy days. Thanks all for getting involved. And until the next time, up the county and cheerio for now. Rob Taylor want to become the new Stormzy. I'm not even going to answer that one. Guys, it's been emotional. Good night.